Hello, world, fellow human beings of planet Earth. Sometimes we forget we are all human beings. Traversing the planet. We act like strangers, meeting each other for the first time, always messing up the first impression. Anyways, I'm going to take time out of my busy day to read to you from my new book. Damn, so bright, you can't even see it, can you? Arcane. This is book two, Becoming Legends, written by yours truly, Juan Katia Sanji. I always wanted to be an author, man. So as you can imagine, I did everything for this. The writing, the editing, everything. And then Netflix chose to throw me under the bus. What did I do? Nothing, man. They butchered Arcane, my beautiful series I was writing. I'm gonna sue them, but not right now. I got so much on my plate, man. You know. Anyways, I'm gonna read you my story, my version, the way it's supposed to go, not the shit that Netflix did on season two. Anyways, yeah. So book two picks up directly from where book one ends, or season one ends. The way I wrote it is like in seasons or intervals. Well, if you watch the show, you know what's up. So without any further ado, I'm just gonna go into it. But before we begin, I'd like to read the forward. I still remember the first time I read The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Rosafon. That book changed my life. I feel like the book was written specifically for me. To me, it was a book that I always wanted to write. I remember finishing the book, feeling sad, and going for a walk. Sad is not always a bad thing. Sad is beautiful for deep people. That day, the city I had walked on to and fro all my life felt strange, bigger, different, mysterious. It was still the same city. It was I that had changed. I was 16, 17 years old then, when a copy of the book fell into my lap like a miracle. It really changed my life. I still get chills thinking about the library of forgotten books. My hope is that someday a kid will find their way to that library, running his hands on the thousands of book spines in that catacomb, and his finger will land on mine. But why do people write? Why do people tell stories? What are all these writers saying to each other through time? Are they aware that they're having a conversation? Wherever you are, Carlos, I have some pretty girl smiles your way today. God bless you. I have read over 1,000 books before and since then, but the shadow of the wind will remain with me forever. It's my comfort food. If you're a millennial and a gamer like me, I'm sure at one point or another you have heard or stumbled upon League of Legends by Riot Games. Like you, I found the cinematic lore very interesting, but again very frustrating. It was around that time that I also realized that big corporations were ruining my childhood stories with their poor adaptations because they are not artists. So I decided to write a story, not just any story, a story about legends, a story about art, science, and philosophy, a story about us and our place in the world, in a world where truth is becoming stranger than fiction. I was going to create whole new characters, but then I was like, no, League of Legends already has enough interesting characters. How about I just focus on telling a great story and create complementary characters to support them? I think of Shakespeare, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Orwell, and many greats whose work of influence has shaped my life. I wonder how my work will stack up against theirs. I hope it doesn't fall short. I hope it doesn't just sit on someone's shelf collecting dust. I think I'm putting the finishing touches on this. I'm planning on getting married. So as you can imagine, my life is about to change drastically. Hopefully for the better. This is my story, and Netflix does not have the right to use any part of it without my explicit say so. because as a corporation, I do not like the way they do business, and I don't like to be associated with a corporation that cheats and doesn't pay their employees. Seriously, man, it's 2025, and I don't want to be associated with bro. What are you doing with all that money? You know you can't take it with you when you go, right? I repeat, Netflix does not have the right to use any part of my work. I am doing it only for the fans and not the corporation. They deserve a great ending to this saga that I'm cooking up. It'll probably be done in six or it'll probably be done in 7 or 8 books, depending on how I feel. I want to thank the fans for loving my work and for showing it much love. It means so much to me. Yeah, if Netflix is not paying me for my work, they should not be using it. It's against well, the law and all that jazz. Anyways, I'll deal with them on a later date. No, can't, I'm fighting everybody by myself, so I can't be everywhere all at once. Which is also a great movie I wrote way back for my Chinese fans and community. I'm a man of the people. I help everyone, and people never repay my debt. So I'm all about collecting my debt this year, which is why I'm doing this. Consider this like a book reading. I could host an event and do a book reading and book signing, but we live in the 21st century, and I'd rather just do it from my Airbnb. Anyways, we'll talk later. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the series. Look for me in every character. I write them with love. Try not to judge them too hard. Their choices are also shaped by their environments. Smile about my mistakes. Some are intentional because I am not perfect. Not because I live a very busy life. Wear too many hats, and I'm always called away from my keyboard. And if you're looking for a third reason, it's because I am an uncle now. My nephews and nieces are sitting next to me, wondering why I'm not playing with them instead of typing away. I feel like a superhero whenever they call my name. All of the names and titles, all of the names and titles, and the titles that I have collected over my short lifespan. My favorite is Uncle. I get to be the cool uncle, I think. I hope everyone reading this series gets to find their strength within themselves, like my character. I hope everyone reading this series gets to find their own strength within themselves, like my characters did when all hope seemed lost. Remember, true strength comes from within. You already have everything inside of you. Greatness is waiting to be born. Now go out there and make your life a masterpiece. If you can't do that, the least you can do is not be a burden to others. Okay, that's enough preaching. I can't wait to see all the great things you get to do in the future. Ciao. All right. Chapter 1.